Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to our final match of the day. It's been a marathon here in Starladder Europe, day 27. The LAN finals loom. They beckon. Only 4 teams can go. Empire already secured their slot. RoX.KiS and Cloud9, both of these teams have the inside track for that trip to Kiev, for that $8,000 prize pool as of today, and who knows how much it will continue to grow. Of course, I'm LD of Beyond the Summit. I'm joined here by Merlini and K-Poptosis, and well, Ben, we're going to be casting RoX.KiS versus Cloud9. Both teams 10-3. I don't know if it's a win and you're in match, but it's definitely a win and you are damn close match.
Yeah, this is a super important match for... Who do you say is more important for?
I think RoX.KiS because they have to play Empire. Although Empire's looked weaker lately.
But if Cloud9 loses out, they might not make it.
Yeah. So
I guess if either team loses, they won't make it. But
both of them are 10-3, so... Like, the other thing is whoever wins this holds maybe a tiebreak advantage as well. So that's the other thing that makes it super important. And I actually do want to check, while the draft's still pretty early here, we can watch the draft, but I want to check who has the... who Cloud9 has to play to end out the tournament, because I don't think they have as tough a schedule for their last match. I think after this they'll have one more match, both teams, so... Looking quickly at their schedule. Well, talk to me about the draft while I look this up.
So RoX.KiS will first draft Ember Spirit. Cloud9 will actually ban out the tree, which Godlike does love, and the Lycanthrope. And they handled Ember Spirit pretty well last game, so I'm not surprised to see them not ban it out this game too. RoX.KiS will go for the Naga and the AA ban instead. Invoker, pretty good. Very good Sing Sing hero, and good at shutting down Ember Spirit. Not wonderful, but good enough. Natural Orchid carrier. And Scythe.
Okay, so the thing is, the winner of this match will be 11-3, right?
Right.
So even if they lose their next match and the other team wins, then both teams will be 11-4. And then whoever wins this match will have the tiebreaker. Cloud9 also holds the tiebreaker over Alliance that you mentioned.
Right.
So I think Cloud9 would automatically get in if they win this match.
Okay.
RoX.KiS, if they win, they have to play Empire. If they beat Empire, then I guess they would get in.
Did RoX.KiS beat Alliance?
They would get in as well. But I don't know if RoX.KiS...
Like, what if RoX.KiS beats out Cloud9, but Cloud9 loses their other game? I guess it's pretty unlikely.
I don't think I can go far enough back in the schedule to tell you offhand. But I do know for a fact if Cloud9 wins, they should hold the tiebreaker over RoX.KiS, and even if they lose their next match, they should therefore be in.
I'll check Wikipedia.
I would think. But, well, that seems likely to me. Anyway, I guess that's all theory crafting. We'll let Valette deliver the final word. Maybe they do a tiebreak tournament if there's 3 teams tied. Who knows? But, well, RoX.KiS, first overall pick, it's the Ember Spirit. Cloud9 go for the Invoker and the Dazzle. And the Centaur is the follow-up from RoX.KiS. So, well, RoX.KiS, we saw they like their mass heal strat. They just love these annoying laning heroes as well. The Abaddon is still out there. Maybe Cloud9 look to ban it, but already they've banned out the Tree and the Lich.
RoX.KiS did beat Alliance. Oh, yeah, RoX.KiS beat Alliance.
So if RoX.KiS...
Who beat who? I don't know the format for this.
Alliance 1-0. Yeah, actually, what does this mean?
Well, I know Cloud9 beat Alliance, so that means the Vertical is the winner.
Okay.
Right? So that actually means Alliance beat RoX.KiS.
Okay. So Alliance beat RoX.KiS, so...
We could potentially have a 3-way tie.
And RoX.KiS would be the odd team out if they lose to Cloud9, for sure.
So this is, I guess, more important for RoX.KiS.
RoX.KiS are fighting for their playoff lives. Cloud9 maybe still have a shot in some sort of tiebreak, even if they lose this game. Just if it comes to them in Alliance.
Right.
Sounds like. Okay. Well, Spectre gets banned here by Cloud9. So you mentioned last game you wanted to see a Spectre instead of an OD safe lane, and Cloud9 are right there with you. I think it's the Centaur-Spectre combo that teams are really just annoyed by. Even though the Stampede doesn't work with the ultimate, I guess.
It's still really annoying.
Still really annoying to teams.
And you can just reality to all of them if you really wanted to.
Well, for now, Cloud9 working on their third pick, Invoker Dazzle. They will need a... They have their solo mid for Sage-Sing. That'll be the Invoker. They have their support Dazzle for Pylite Die, most likely. AUI's hero probably still to be picked up. Bone 7's offlaner. The Bat Rider's available. Maybe something they go to again. It's been quite good for them. But there's this Ember in the pool, and that's where maybe Cloud9 even thinks towards something like a... they don't run much.
Are they not picking Bat again? Why not?
Well, they're thinking about it.
I think they should. There's no reason not to. It's very good versus Ember. It's
Bone 7's like one of his best heroes.
Right.
What else is out there? I don't really see anything else comparable.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
In terms of lockdown for a hero like Ember, there's only Doom, but that's not a hero that we've seen much of from Cloud9.
No. But they need an offlaner. What other offlaners are good? Timbersaw, he's okay at dealing with Centaur and Ember, so maybe they're considering between Timber and
When's the
Timber
last
and
time
Bone.
Cloud9 even
Yeah,
ran
I don't even think they
Timbersaw?
play Timber though, so
Morphling. Well, they'll fight fire with water here. How appropriate.
Water won last game.
Yes. Water always wins. That's why you have to get a little grass in your lineup as well, you know? Little Bulbasaur to shut down the enemy Squirtle.
We need an Earth Spirit.
Where is he when you need him? So Cloud9 will go to Kiev if they win against RoX.KiS because they have the head-to-head lead against Alliance, is what people are telling me. So basically what we were saying seems to be
10
correct.
seconds remaining.
Okay. RoX.KiS. Fighting for their
5
lives.
seconds
What's it going to
remaining.
be? Third pick. A big match.
Is that how Starladder does it though?
I think I
Reserve
don't.
time.
They very rarely have. I don't know if they've ever run. They have run a tiebreak tournament in the past, I think, but it might have been like a 4-way tie or something.
Mm-hmm. So if it's
Yeah.
2, it's just heads up matchup. If it's 3,
Yes.
then
At least in the other regions, the way they did it was if it's 2, it's head-to-head matchup. If it's 3, and there's one team that beat both of the other teams, it's head-to-head matchup. If it's a 1-1 3-way tie, then it goes to a tiebreak tournament. And if it's 4 teams, unless there's one team that beat all the other teams, it also goes to a tiebreak tournament. I think that's how it works.
I see.
That's how they did it in North America, anyway. So, anyway. They're really taking their time on this pick. Ember will be their solo mid, Centaur their offlane, I imagine. Bane's the choice. Godblack still has his...
Dire
He still has the
team pick.
Abaddon out there. So I think he's been-
Cloud9 can pick it too.
Hmm.
Not that I don't think
They
will.
like to have like one more farming
yeah.
type support usually for AI. Although even CM is more of a farmer.
Abaddon's so good versus Bane though. But I mean, you don't really need an Abaddon when you protect a Morphling. That's the thing. Morphling doesn't usually need that much backup as a carry.
I do like RoX.KiS getting Bane though. I mean the other options were heroes like
10
Lion or
seconds remaining.
Shadow Shaman, but just someone who gives you a chance at locking down that damn morph.
5
Can also break the
seconds
Lincolns
remaining.
before gripping. We'll see.
We'll see indeed.
Reserve time.
Taking it pretty slow
10
for now.
seconds remaining.
Clockwork they finally set on, so they decide not to go for the
Radiant
bat.
team
I guess the
pick.
one other consideration is there's still a Nyx assassin out there, and he can make the bat's life pretty hellish. But then they would be running
Dire
3 melee
team ban.
heroes.
Ooh, Slark. I like this. The early game fighter. He is pretty good versus Clockwork. They don't really have that much for him. But, I mean, he can die very easily to the EB Morphling, though.
10 seconds
But still, I
remaining.
like the fighter carry as opposed to like a super hard carry. Because you're usually not going to
5
be able to
seconds
outgrade Cloud9.
remaining.
Does Dark Pact remove Ethereal Form?
Yeah, it's usually too slow, though.
Unless you use it like as you see him coming.
Radiant
Yeah.
team ban.
Well, RoX.KiS, one more pick to go. It should be a support hero. Looks like a safe lane Slark, soul mid Ember, off lane Centaur, and support Bane. I wonder if the Abaddon is still... No, it got
10
banned. Okay,
seconds
never mind.
remaining.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of who they run for next.
5
I
seconds
still don't
remaining.
know if they have enough lockdown against Cloud9. I think they need to go early game. Maybe even an aggressive try
Reserve
with
time.
Bane Slark +1.
I'm looking at the hexagons, and I gotta say, I do agree with these. Mainly the push. Like, they have no push at all. How does this team take towers? Because in every Cloud9 game we watch, it seems like it often comes down to tower trading,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't see how RoX.KiS are going to trade favorably with these heroes. Ember is pretty good at clearing waves, but that's about it.
Yeah.
And you've got your Invoker, could even go Exhort, could go for the Zoo, the Necro Army, and obviously the Morphling is a pretty good building pusher. So
Dire team pick.
I do worry a bit here for RoX.KiS about what their follow-up is to the hero kills. Maybe they just plan to kill everything. That could be the strat. Kill everything. Then
Could
you
be
win.
like an Era Centaur.
Yeah. Era did work.
Disruptor.
Disruptor from Cloud9. Okay.
Radiant
Maybe this
Disruptor
is the
is-
tool for Ember.
He's super good against Slark and Ember. The silence is just amazing versus those two.
And Embers don't normally go BKB or Lincolns until pretty late.
Mm-hmm. And they don't have any like defensive heroes. No like Shadow Demon or Abaddon for RoX.KiS either. So I like this Disruptor pick.
And Centaur ult is not going to save you if you get caught in kinetic field.
Can't run away for
Yeah.
with Glimpse either.
10 seconds
And
remaining.
one more pick for RoX.KiS. Should be a support hero. What kind of a
5
support will it
seconds
be?
remaining.
Do we see like maybe a support Mirana to go with the Bane?
I don't think
Reserve
Mirana.
time.
They need more. Mirana's. Chen's decent. They need a. I think they need to win early versus Cloud9. That should be most team strategies. I think. Or you either go like all early mid, or you go super late. I think like getting comparable late game versus Cloud9 is usually a mistake.
Yeah, that's just where Cloud9's most comfortable anyway. And
Yeah.
even if you can beat them late game,
You need to
you
attack
can
in a
probably
different
beat them
way.
easier before they get there.
Yes.
But we'll see. Godblack will be on the Chen this game.
So Chen means no aggressive try though, which means Morphling's going to get a lot of farm again.
Yeah. Ember mid versus Invoker. Can be a good lane for the Ember. Kind of just depends on the Invoker's play and his positioning. But we've seen it go both ways.
So apparently last match was the first time that a Morphling had defeated an Ember Spirit. Yes, was previously 6-0 versus the
5
Water Dude.
seconds remaining.
Versus the Water Dude.
The Water Dude.
Let's see how it all develops now. It's fire versus water. It's Russians versus non-Russians. Here we go.
Prepare for battle.
On the Radiant side, we've got... I was going to try and list off nationalities. I'm like, no, not happening. On the Radiant side, you've got Team RoX.KiS. If they lose this one, Cloud9 has the tiebreaker with them and with Alliance, which means Cloud9 just needs one win and they go into Kiev. Sadoy on your offlane Centaur. Godblack handling your support Chen. Solo, your solo mid Ember Spirit. Yo going to be playing your Bane. And in the safe lane, we do have 633, who loves Sveta, playing the Slark. On the dire side, Cloud9, GG, hoping for a very good game. Bone 7 on your Clockwork. He is going to be probably cog blocking the creeps, and Sing Sing going for the early run of Basilius on this solo mid Invoker. Pylai Dai, your support Disruptor. Eternal Envy, EE Sama himself on the Waterman, and AUI 2000
30 seconds
handling the
to
Dazzle.
battle.
I'm looking at the early ward placement. C9 going with a little bit of a different ward placement. Last time they had it here. This time they'll place it a little bit further out for Bone 7. Bone 7 starting off with Boots first. No, not that much health regeneration, and no stats.
Yeah, last game they were up against Jungle Axe, and Jungle Axe really likes the medium camps especially, whereas Chen, he's happy with this one, or this one, and isn't as camp dependent as Axe, I
The
feel,
battle
so
begins.
probably not as worthwhile of a ward. But we'll see. Godblack does have a fairly early smoke. Maybe we see some smoke ganks around like the 5-6 minute mark. They could also look to push the bottom lane in, but again, that's where they're running a carry that just doesn't push. Slark, maybe gets some kills. Maybe they can roam on mid, but I do look at this RoX.KiS lineup and say outside of the Chen, they just have no way to take towers.
Mm-hmm.
At least not very efficiently.
Sing Sing is going to go Quaz Wex. I think Quaz Wex is better against RoX.KiS because they have a more early game lineup, and they need to be able to hold off until Morphling gets big, as what is their usual strat. He won't have that much damage, though. He only has 41 damage because he went for 3 Iron Branches.
And the early reign of protection.
Yeah,
Well,
I guess.
they're the Bassi comes out now, so
Yeah,
most of the damage of a Null Talisman.
he has full damage. It's 9 deeps.
Yeah, with the branches, it's not too shabby.
So it looks like they will put a little bit of pressure on the Ember Spirit. C9. They want to shut him down early. This is a little bit different than their plan last game, which was kind of just like let him romp over Sing Sing in middle.
Yeah, that was actually weird that we didn't see the OD mid as well. I was a little surprised by that.
Oh, he's actually going the Flame Guard build too.
Well, there's a lot of nukes damage, and Cold Snap does a lot of nuke damage as well, so maybe not a bad choice. But this is where they can force him to go Flame Guard build and then just back off the lane, and then he's still got decent killing power, but it's not as explosive as the other Ember build.
Yeah,
You need
but
to chase
at the
a
same
lot
time, they have a lot of magic damage to take off the
Yes,
Flame Guard too.
That's true.
But it's still good defensively. But at the same time, I think that Ember's a defensive hero by nature. Same with Slark. So they need to get a lot of kills in the mid game. And with, I mean, maybe if he only gets 1 point. Actually, 1 point in is just terrible though. 50 damage absorbed. That's not a value point.
No, that is an unvalue point. He will go in now, gets the Flame Guard off, or rather the Sight of Fists and the Searing Chains follow up, but it's just the worst creep ever to gank with, the Satyr Tormentor. Maybe not the worst ever, but definitely low on the list.
Oh, Pylite Eyes actually. Oh, I thought he was going to commit to that rune. It's a little scary.
Oh, yeah. He does not want to go after that with no HP, no mana. We'll back off.
So now looks like the roles have switched. Godblack will be the aggressor in the mid lane. Sing Sing on the defensive. As his boots, though, are already coming out. How is Bone 7 doing in that off lane? He has picked up a level 2 rocket. He is only level 2, though. Looks like Sadoi is getting far more out of the lane, being level 3, with a pretty large creep wave coming his way, too.
Yeah. Clockwork, I guess they've just been doing a better job of pulling, and the Centaur has a pretty easy time leeching down this hill. So. Well, Sadoi taking some harassment. Bone 7 just blocking the wave, has not been cog blocking in as of late. And we'll just
C9 also gets his large camp too, which is really bad for Centaur. And Morphling's just getting huger and huger. I'm still not sure whether he's going to go Midas.
Yeah, last game, very surprisingly, Envy did not go Midas with at free farm. They are going to go in now with the Cold Snap, but Flame Guard gets popped, and despite this kinetic field, it's just not going to do much to him. Does manage to remove
Oh, it's
the
Quas
Thunder.
Exort. I thought he was going Quas Wex.
I guess this is the way that Hani itemizes, where he'll just go for the early Bassi and the Quas Exort.
Mm-hmm. A little bit
But
surprising.
normally you see the point Exort at level 1. So,
Yeah.
yeah. The last hitting wasn't the best for Sing Sing.
Trying to think about benefits of Quas Exort over Quas Wex. I think Wex is just much better control, and is also really good with Disruptor too. So,
Like you said, it's the better stalling build as well. It'll help slow down the push from the Chen. Although, as I say that, this Chen, level 3 on Godlike, oh, they found Pilot Dead. This could be the first blood. Stomp is there. The follow-up, they just need a few more right clicks. Test of Faith brings the kill home. And Godlike gets a big one.
they're tired of Solo coming under pressure.
Yeah, I'm sure Solo is quite happy with that. Finally gets a little breathing room mid. He has not had much this game.
Disruptor is just not the best, like, level 1 or 2 roamer, though. Unfortunately.
And he also needs his level. So not only is he not that good early, he's decent at harassing with the level 1 Thunderstrike, but he's a hero that will suffer more than others if he doesn't catch up.
Bone 7 still has to be pretty scared. He is level 4, though, and Sadoi getting a little bit zoned out by Aoi, but he's almost level 5. In terms of CS wars, looks like Morphling is 6 ahead of the Slark, 29 and 23 respectively. In mid, though, Sing Sing's winning out very heavily. 21 and 14 on him versus 11-6 on Ember. So Ember, his phase boosts even are going to be really late.
Yeah, he's not had much farm. 11 and 6, like you said, just to be expected. He's had a hard time. Have they been stacking the jungle at all for him? No, not so far. Godlike did gank, but unfortunately for the Ember, the first blood went to Godlike. And good news for Godlike, though. He's already got the headdress out. He is not too far off of his level 5 either. Comes in with the clap, and they found Pilot Die. This will be a second death for Pilot Die's Disruptor. He keeps on getting picked off. No way he gets out of this one. This is costly. I mean, they could just send him top and get him some safe levels with AUI.
That's what I assume, too. But at the same time, it's better he die than Bone 7. Bone 7 needs his level 6 ASAP. But, I mean, they have an observer.
Well, would
over
Bone
here.
7 be dying by himself is what I'm wondering.
He might not be getting experience, but he shouldn't be dying.
I guess they do have the sleep. They can kind of wait out the cogs, pounce him after, and look to kill him. Level 2 brain sap, decent amount of damage. Oh, that's a second death. Pylai die. We'll have to find his levels now in the jungle. He's got a TP scroll in case they need him to TP in and look to defend. But Sadoi level 5. That level 6 Centaur ult coming out fairly early, and that's where they can look to dive a hero like Sing Sing potentially. Oh no. Or just find Pylai die again. It'll be his third death, I think. Stomp is here. Double edge with the follow-up, and the Remnant comes over the top, and Pylai die has just had a rough game.
Explosion. Well,
Oh, actually, sorry, I said third death. It is his fourth. He has all 4 deaths for his team. Not his game.
Sing Sing, though.
Sleep is there. The stomp from the Centaur could fall if they juggle it, but it's a bit too late. Gets Cold Snap, though. Can't get off this double edge. In the end, he does. Sadoi will end up going down. Now Bone 7 looking for Godlike as well, but he brings a creep in, too. Not really where he wants to be, and Godlike says, great. Free gold for me, and Pylai Die might be his 5th death of the game. Oh, Pylai Die. Eesh.
That was a really nice bolus sleight of fist combo by Solo. He actually went 2-1-3 instead of a 1-1-4, going for the level 3 bolus, but he got the disrupted right as he TP'd in and ensured that they did significant damage to him, and nice kill on Sing Sing too.
There's 3 heroes on RoX.KiS in that top 4 net worth, and they have not started taking towers yet.
This is similar to last game, but it's all on Morphling?
It was not this one-sided last game. Last game they had like a 500 gold lead because Cloud9 took the early tower last game. This game, the tier 1 is full HP. So it is similar, though, in terms of Cloud9 maybe losing the early game. And I think they're losing a bit worse this time around. And the other thing is, look at like these playmaking heroes. Bane's almost level 6. Chen's already level 6. And this just allows RoX.KiS to continue the aggression. I feel like having this fast level 6 on Bane is going to be very problematic. That's a hero that can actually get the kills on Morphling. Brain Sap, Fiend's Grip, if they have 2-3 heroes with them, they could actually slow Envy down, which the opponent, VP never could last game. I'm a little worried for Cloud9.
No Midas on Morphling again. Wow.
Well, this is the game where the Linkage is probably important as well.
Has he shunned the Midas?
Envy shunning his Midas? That's his waifu.
Apparently not.
What is Eternal Envy without a Midas to keep him warm at night?
So it looks like
Pilot
will get some levels. Looks like Invoker will be jungling with his 4 spears. I think this is a nice move from them. They just need experience on the important heroes. Mainly Disruptor at this point because he's so far behind. Clock is finally level 6 too. And as long as Sing Sing's getting some...
Oh, Solo. He sees Pilot Eye and says, not like that, although he will get glimpsed back.
I don't know if he should have glimpsed him back there. I guess
he would have been able to stick around and maybe get off the additional remnant for the kill. He had mana for it.
That's true. But at the same time, if he trades his life for Embers, that's a very worthy death.
That's true. Well, he might have been able to just remnant forward and then get out. Well, Clock's level 6. Well, either way, doesn't come to that. He does end up just letting him go, but another Fountain Trip. Well, this one perhaps the better kind. The non-dead kind. But now they have their Centaur ult. Already 900 gold up. Blink Dagger will be probably like 14 minutes or so. Not too bad. Maybe 13 minutes. Pretty decent timing. I still wonder what we're going to see out of the Slark, though. Oh, wow. Fast Shadow Blade.
I like Fast Shadow Blade.
I feel like every Slark I've cast in the past 2 months has gone early drums, but...
Shadow Blade, I think, is just way better. It allows you to solo kill supports. Maybe not the Dazzle, because he can Grave and TP.
Well, definitely this Disruptor.
Yeah, definitely the Disruptor. It's just... It's very good at putting pressure on the map, making C9 think twice about being greedy, which is what... I mean, teams usually aren't able to do that. C9 just plays whatever they want. They draw the other team around. They have late game, and they take it late almost exclusively.
I really like Orchid in a game like this as well on the Slark to help you with the Morphling, the Invoker, potentially.
Slark, or against Dazzle, too, is really good.
Yeah. I guess, like you said, he can still just maybe look to TP out in time, but Slark can do some burst damage. Phase Boots are out for solo. He is still fairly poor. 1-0 and 4. He's created space for his team, but he hasn't had a whole lot of farm.
Pilot die. I mean, he already has a Remnant right here, though, so...
Well, Godblack's waiting anyway.
Yeah.
And there's no level 6, so, yeah, like you said, can just Remnant out.
There is a sentry.
Oh, they did see it get picked up, it looks like, with this Observer Ward.
It looks like he's going top, looking for Sidoi. Sidoi almost topped off, though. Already has Tranquil Boots. Doing pretty well on his quest for a Blink Dagger, too. His CS is not that great, 19 and 2, but he's only died once.
I gotta say, it looks fairly good here for RoX.KiS through the laning stage, but there's the late game Morphling to worry about. What is Envy gonna get?
There's a smoke from Yol and Godblack and a Centaur and a Satyr.
And they have Fiend's Grip as well.
Bone 7.
Not really the hero they want.
Yeah, they want to kill Sing Sing, I think. Sing Sing or Morphling. Morphling is insanely difficult to kill, though.
They know they have not. Maybe they'll just go mid. I guess the one thing about going mid is they can take the tower, but...
Sing Sing?
Oh, Sing Sing. Sing Sing. Fiend's Grip's there. He needs to turn this Fort Spirit and try and do something with it. I guess the hookshot arrives as well, and now the Remnant over the top from Solo brings down one. Looking for AUI 2000. Does have a point in Grave, so they'll try and turn on Bone 7, who gets the single kill on the Chen, but it's a double kill for Godblack, doing a lot of work. AUI still is Grave. I don't think they want to dive this too far, but another Slate of Fist comes in. They'll have another Shockwave. The Centaur is not going to get the triple kill. Oh, the Shockwave arrives a little bit too early. Not the Centaur, the Satyr, I mean.
Very nice creep placement by Godblack. The creep was right here. He actually tanked the hook shot so that Bane wasn't interrupted during his grip. So very nice play from Godblack.
Oh, Centaur ult gets popped.
Wow. Pilot just gets rocked in middle by Ember Spirit again.
Oh, sorry guys. I goofed on that one, but yeah, he does go down. I guess just brain sapped him.
No, Solo killed him. Oh, brain sap did kill him, but Solo was like right on top of him. Pretty much took him down. But yeah, Ember Spirit, this is his strength. This is his heyday. And Slark too, with his early Shadow Blade coming out in just 600 gold. That's
Isam, our hallowed father, protect us now. Well, I don't know. It's a lot to ask of this Morphlane, and RoX.KiS just have heroes who can be high impact through the early to mid game. They have plenty of ways to, if not shut down the Morphlane, crush his team. Whereas last game we saw very few heroes that could get kills. Like there's an OD who did nothing but farm, and it just put
it didn't even
a
really
lot
do that
on
much
them.
damage either.
Yeah. And the Ember mostly just farmed as well.
Ember was huge.
This solo Ember is just doing work. Highlight Die gets solo killed bottom. 0-7. The Slark finds him again, and at this rate, his level 6 is going to be very delayed.
Pilot Eye.
And no, the Shadow Blade's already out. That's how he went down. Didn't know. Probably had not seen the Shadow Blade yet. It looks like it was the first usage. They will be spotted out here. There's a hook shot. Bone 7, however, is hook shot into a massive Chen army, and he'll go down now. The dive onto the tower from Yol. Sleight of Fist comes through. The Fiend's Grip is here. Hand of God keeps Yol alive. This Chen play is pretty filthy. Sing Sing's still on the run, but they continue pursuit. And with the Grave about to end, Sing Sing will fall to solo. RoX.KiS are just steamrolling their way through Cloud9, keeping their dreams and hopes of a return to Kiev alive. They'll even take the tier 1 tower mid. Envy. How strong is Eternal Envy's back now? Has he been drinking his Cellucor? Has he been doing his workouts?
Wow.
He needs to be Dota Demon-esque in this one.
RoX.KiS has been playing amazingly well this early game. Solo on the Ember Spirit, Godlike on the Chen 2. They've just been doing so much work. And I mean,
and he's not done yet. He's found Pilot Die glimpse back, but it's already too late. Solo is just making Pilot Die look silly. 0-8. And they dual laned in mid too to try and slow him down. To avoid this happening, he's been involved in 11 of 15 kills, and I don't think they can actually go GG push, but maybe I'm wrong.
They don't really have a good hold. I mean, with Invoker having Quaz Exort, he doesn't even have a point on Wex. He's level 10.
Yeah,
so
no Meteor, no Meatball.
He went for 405, which is very unusual.
That Sleight of Fist combo, just so obnoxious. Sunstrike not even going to connect. They've already brought the tower down to half. Well, Cloud9 not at the point where they can really stop pushes easily. Still no Disruptor ult either. More Sleight of Fist damage coming through. Maybe they glimpse Solo on the way back. Is there a glimpse nearby? Oh, no, they found Eternal Envy. He tried to be a hero in the middle of the team. He waves out. He tries to live. He will end up going down. RoX.KiS are fed a kill for the one hero who could not afford to die, but maybe this will turn around. Hookshot onto Sadoy. Is there a send back available? It's a little bit late. Now Goblak needs to turn tail and run. They've sent back Solo, actually. Her Remnants forward, and we'll have a timely pause here from Cloud9. They'll try and collect themselves. They need some collecting.
Invoker will have a mech. I think that'll be pretty important in high ground defense. But RoX.KiS bringing the fight very early to C9, which is what I like to see. If they played passively, I think Morph would just do the same thing that he usually does. And RoX.KiS is actually forcing C9 into positions that they don't want to be. They don't want to be defending their T3 this early. They don't want to lose all their mid towers and pretty much all sense of map control. They don't want Morphling to have to fight.
And with this Slark having 3,200 gold, he can get the next big item that lets
was
him
fast.
Yeah.
Didn't he just get his Shadow Blade? What in the world happened?
8K net worth. He's 5-0-0. He killed the he got the Morphling kill as well.
Okay.
And he solo killed the Disruptor down here. He might have gotten the tower last hit when they took the tier 1.
Yeah, I saw him get a Disruptor kill, but that was like I mean that was 7 of 8 of Pilot Die's deaths. That wasn't that long ago.
How much of this is on Pilot Die, and how much is it just on?
It doesn't fit into their strategy, him being aggressive early. They need to sack farm, get levels, and then pick good fights. They did not get levels. They did not stack. They are farming now, but the damage has already been done. I think like half of it's Pilot Die for just dying a lot and not playing defensively and damage control, and some of it for Sing Sing, because not going Quaz Wex. Not even 1.0, he still doesn't have Wex.
The Sunstrike, like, we haven't seen a Sunstrike yet. Maybe what they were counting on was just using the Forge Spirits and the Morphling just to push and stall.
But why not Ice Wall? He didn't Ice Wall that fight either.
Yeah, that's true.
But he does have a mech. Mech will be really good for upcoming engagements. There's a Blade Mail coming soon on Centaur. I thought I saw someone else with a Blade Mail. Oh, Clockwork. Clockwork just went straight Blade Mail rush, too. What?
Well, Bone 7 loves he likes his Blade Mail. We've seen him go Orchid before.
Blade Mail's not a defensive item.
He's still got 950 HP, though. Like, he's still... if he doesn't get this off right away, he's only returning a tiny amount.
Yep. I mean, I guess he gets healed a little bit, so maybe he gets it off.
Also, you're against Chen. And I feel like Blade Mail is not nearly as effective when they have Hand of God just to negate a lot of that damage.
Mm-hmm.
But probably just looking to be able to solo pick off these supports, maybe the Bane.
RoX.KiS does have a Vlad's in the works for Chen, so they're eyeing Roshan pretty darn soon.
Hook shots here. They found Slark, but he just pops his ultimate, leaps out. I don't know what the plan was, but well, there's not much now. They're just going to sacrifice Bone 7 and get the hell out. Another kill.
That is not the hero. Oh, that was
almost got
so
Envy.
close. That is not the hero that you want to go on.
Look, what was the plan to kill? I guess they have Disruptor ult, but they couldn't get it off in time.
Maybe a Sunstrike? I'm not sure, but that's the hero that you want to go on the least. Second least is Ember Spirit.
The only way they could possibly kill him is that I see is if they manage to Static Storm before he ults, and that is a very difficult kill.
Yeah, and even then they have Mech, they have Hand of God, they have Defensive Sleep, they have Stampede potentially too. So like, that's not an easy kill.
But it shows you that Cloud9 are feeling the heat. They're up against it. They need Envy to cool RoX.KiS off a little bit, but
What are the odds of this match?
He's drying up right now.
42-58 Cloud9.
I think that's pretty fair.
That's reasonable, yeah. RoX.KiS have been impressive lately.
So earlier today. Oh, mid lane. In comes Solo. There is a glimpse back onto Yol, but Sing Sing gets isolated. Will there be a bolus? He misses on that Remnant on the way out, and now a bit out of mana. Pylai die, though, was slept before the Bane TP'd home, and look at the damage from Sveta, or rather from 633. Heart Sveta. Easy kill.
Easy
Solo actually got the last hit.
Oh, so now Slark has a BKB, so now Disruptor's useless.
Oh my god. He can just run in and just kill anyone. What are they?
Oh.
Shot? Gonna miss, and they get the tower. Nothing going Cloud9's way. When they really need a win here. A win here is a trip to Kiev. A loss, I don't even know if they control their own destiny. Envy does manage to take the tier 2. Buying a little bit of time. Sunstrike connects. Sing Sing does nail Solo. Huge kill. Gets the experience as well. Maybe that's the shot in the arm they needed. 700 gold. Sing Sing all of a sudden level 11. I don't know if it's enough, but it's definitely a start.
Yeah, looks like Ember Spirit did buy his BKB right before, too.
Okay, so he still gets the item.
But I think they might be going for a Roshan. Do they have Replicate up? No, they do not. So, looks like they will start it off. Here's the Forward Spirits.
But RoX.KiS are already making their move towards the pit. Is there a detection up for Cloud9? They drop a sentry now.
A DD on Slark,
but he's got the BKB. There's nothing Cloud9 can do against this when Slark comes in. Just a few hits. AUI will fall here. No question about that. Gets off the BKB, but the Slark actually dropping pretty low to the Forward Spirits. Now pops his ultimate. Goes hard on Sing Sing. Has not brought him down yet, but latches him up. They need to finish Sing Sing off. Can't do it just yet. Cloud9 finding a way to bring the Slark down. Where's the backup? The Ember Spirit not into the fight. It's up to the Centaur right now, who brings down the Invoker in the end, and well, now the Ember chases forward, goes for Pylai Die, does fail to connect on the Searing Chain, still chasing, has BKB, has Drum Charges, could keep on going, maybe thought he TP'd out once more under the breach, and this time Pylai Die will fall. Well, Cloud9 almost had a miraculous hold of the pit, but it wasn't quite enough, and now the Aegis should go the way of RoX.KiS.
Yeah, BKB too strong. Definitely the right item choice coming out from Slark.
He took a lot of damage just to the right click of like the Invoker and his Forge Spirits. He dropped pretty low, but that ult saved him.
Oh, easy Roshan for them. Vlad's complete. Sadoy will TP out to defend this bottom lane. And Morphling, will he get the tower?
Double edge. Nope. Yo, no tower denied. They have a Fiend Script, no mana, no cooldown anyway. He'll be slept, but he's got the Replicate on the way out. Aegis going the way of the Radiant, though. He'll be fairly happy with that. There's a wave into the trees, and Envy will TP out to safety. Linked Sphere complete. Godblack doing his opponents a bit of a favor here. Make sure they know the rush timer. Lets us know as well.
Maybe it's next level play by saying the wrong time.
It's like, but that wasn't the wrong time. Well, it was maybe off by like a second or two, but
yeah,
that was pretty close.
Well, Aoi trying to get hunted by...
Trying to get hunted?
Trying to get hunted. Why? Who doesn't want to get hunted? He's placing wards or something.
Uh-oh.
This is...
Did he see the Slark?
Oh, Slark doesn't have...
he did see him.
The Slark doesn't have Shadow Dance on. He knows they have a ward here.
They just have nothing on the BKBs. That's really... See, like, this is a game where the early aggressive items make sense. Last game when we saw the mech from the OD, they just couldn't capitalize on the early items, but this lineup has the heroes to back it up. The Bane in particular, and even a hero like Slark who can benefit from early to mid-game items.
And Chen being able to push with that.
Godblack's Chen has been pretty masterful, I gotta say. 6-1 and 6. He's been everywhere when they needed him. Won the mid lane thoroughly for solo, and They've taken a bunch of
There
towers.
it goes. They have the Aegis up. This glyph is still down for 1 minute. This is definitely going to be a T3.
Well, the Ice Wall, though, doing some work here, slowing down the creeps for now. Envy comes in. He'll try and slow down this push, but the Sleight of Fist comes through. The tower will fall, denied by Sing Sing. Nobody split pushing, though. So RoX.KiS, they're in no hurry. They can just keep on sieging. Aegis still up on the Ember. Once more over the top. Now they'll leap in on the Envy Morphling, but he actually handles that one pretty admirably. Just turns around, throws out the shotgun, forces out a Shadow Blade. They still have a mech available. Vlad's is online for the Chen, the one you mentioned earlier. And now the Catapult breaches the base too. Slowly but surely, they're worming their way in. And Cloud9, looking at buybacks here, have a Morphling buyback, have a Bane buyback. Or no, sorry, a Clockwork buyback. That's it to defend, and Envy gets caught. Decent chain start. Are they really going to try and focus Envy down? He's still got his Replicate up. Now the BKB popped by Solo, but the Static Storm is doing some decent work on the backside of the fight. Forward they go. Sing Sing, graved and kept alive. Nice grave coming out from AUI 2000, but Solo still finds the double kill, and 633 starts cleaning up in aisle 3. Bone 7 next, 3 down. And this could be more. Envy trying desperately to hang on for dear life, but they still have the Aegis. Solo now begins to work on the Rangeaxe. Rangeaxe down. Melee probably going to follow here. No buyback on Invoker. No buyback on the Dazzle. And no... Oh, they do have the buyback on the Clockwork, but to what end? He doesn't have the hookshot. Rex are down. And RoX.KiS, this is like 2 nails away from fully closing the coffin of
wait.
Cloud9.
This might not be over yet. Slark gets glimpsed back, but no one there to clean him up.
No hookshot. Zero still respawning. And the sendback now comes.
Well, they are smoked. They do want to look for a kill. Disruptor's ultimate is up in 30 seconds. Disruptor 0-11.
Baiting the Disruptor illusion.
Ouch.
Yeah.
Can they even kill Slark, though? Like, let's say Slark does get baited on and goes on the illusion. Like, they
Quote-unquote baited.
Yeah, he just BKBs and probably turns around and kills Disruptor.
Well, as K-Pop Tosis is telling us, it was a bloody, bloody fight, and not to Cloud9's liking.
They haven't even taken the T1 out on top. How often do you see that?
Well, that
I like the decision, though.
Yeah, like, you can get that gold later. This is establishing map control and limiting Envy's farm as well.
Yeah, you really have to...
This tier 1's freebie. Like, Cloud9 are not going to try and defend this.
Yeah, they made good use of the Aegis, too. Very good use.
And RoX.KiS pretty much in pole position. It's their game to lose at this point. Cloud9, they need Envy to get gargantuan. Sing Sing's got to hang on and find his way. He's got the point of X finally, but find his way towards some new items. Ideally, I guess they'll want like a Scythe of Vice here for him. Maybe a Necro Book. But they need a lot.
Slark looking for people.
Well, classic Cloud9, just hiding in the trees.
Oh, he might find him, though. No. Nope.
Now
Immediately replic out and double TP.
Well, he'll leave his options open to come back to the bottom lane. Meanwhile, they are farming the Ancients, and Cloud9 getting quite a bit of gold experience where they can. Replicate's still hiding in the trees. Slark will come clean it up. Hoping for another easy kill. Might have even thought that was the real hero.
That thing dropped quickly.
Yeah, and those Morphling Replicates take 100% damage. They don't take additional damage, so that's how fast the real hero would die.
Well, it looks like they are making a move. Top Solo will be able to bottle up a rune. He has a Chrysalis on top of his BKB, so... Oh, Morphling gets caught out. He doesn't have his ult.
Doesn't have a Replicate. Doesn't have any great supports to keep him alive. Waves out, but then Solo comes. Nice Static Storm, but the BKB's there. Who's he going to go for? And he goes, doesn't actually connect on anyone with the bowl. It's a little bit unfortunate now. Still chasing Envy, who's fully strength morphing. He's in panic mode now. Double Edge comes through. They don't even have a Fiend script for this. It looks like it got used, but didn't actually do anything, and they don't even need it.
He got glimpsed.
Okay.
To interrupt. But that's a big kill. Without Morphling, like, what do they have?
What are they waiting for? Like, what is Cloud9 working towards?
A big Morphling.
Yeah, that's
Rapier.
it. And the Morphling's not getting big.
This is an easy T2. They can probably at least threaten the T3.
And I think if they want, they can also defend mid. They can send Solo home, he can TP back mid. They'll just send the Centaur. So RoX.KiS, unlike VP, are not going to trade. They're going to take your towers and protect their own.
Yeah, they might trade bottom, though. Oh, no, actually, Ember's there. He dropped the Remnant on top, too, so they can continue to push top if they would so desire. And he might get caught out here.
There's your Basher for the Slark. Just getting big. And I gotta say, Slark is one of the better matchups for Morphling. Just stealing his stats, that's the hero's entire, like, purpose in life, is to have a bunch of stats.
That's all he lives for.
That's all he lives for.
Well, they will defend. One person goes mid, one person goes bottom, and now they're right back up to pushing top. Morphling is alive, though, checking out his EB status. He doesn't even have his Ghost Scepter, but he needs his buyback because this game could end at any moment.
Yes, it could. RoX.KiS want to make it end any minute. Ideally now, if possible. They'll push through the top side of the map. They've already got one lane of Rex down. Aegis has been used up in the previous push. They don't have that anymore. And they'll keep on pressuring. I don't know if they fully commit to this. In terms of buybacks, we can check that. Very early, but this is about it for Cloud9. 4 buybacks up. Well, they've got some extra lives here, but so too to RoX.KiS. Especially that Ember buyback.
Oh. Does someone pop BKB?
Slark? Oh, Bane popped it. Wow. Wow, Bane has a BKB is really the reaction we should have. Jesus. He's farmed. Sunstrike, not going to connect on anything. They do force out a mech. Maybe RoX.KiS just want to wait for this BKB. I don't feel like they're in huge rush, but...
They could wait for next Roshan too, but they'd rather end it earlier rather than later.
The Slark's trying to come around from the side, and Cloud9 are actually ready for this with this Sentry Ward deployed. Glimpse. Glimpse back in. BKB is going to dodge it. Now Solo wants to run forward.
I think they
That's
back now.
both BKBs.
Yeah, I don't think they can continue the push. They didn't get the glyph, and tower only took like 250 damage, but maybe
they
they'll
could
continue.
just wait for the BKBs.
Yeah.
Also, the Chen creeps are low. He still has Hand of God here, though. Sadoy will just be the one on the front lines. They don't care. RoX.KiS don't give two hoots. They keep on working on the tower. The Fiend's Grip comes out on Envy. Is there anything to cancel this? Oh, the Static Storm gets dropped. Remember, if he hadn't used that BKB earlier, that would have been an Envy kill instead. He's going to live. Now the Hand of God comes out, and Bone 7 tries to pursue the latch slightly off the mark down the Slark, but finds Envy on the backside. Envy, though, manages to pick up a single kill. Now he's going to replicate out, still alive. If they had the Bane BKB, that is an easy Morphling kill. There was just way too much traffic for a hookshot to stop the Fiend's Grip, and they couldn't have glimpsed to cancel it.
Yeah, that would have been pretty big.
I think his Static Storm actually canceled it, but yeah.
Still not the worst thing in the world, but it does buy C9 more time. They cannot continue the push without the Chen, though. He has most of their sustain and very good support. 16,000 gold lead in favor of RoX.KiS.
Oh.
Roshan will be a very long respawn.
This is big, though. Triple BKB and Pipe. Even if Envy goes E-Blade, which he is going for, what is it actually going to do? Like, last game, by the time they had Pipe and like, 1 or 2 BKBs... Wait, does this... I thought this Ember didn't have a head for a second. I just saw the hat. I didn't see the head. And that really distracted me. But yeah, I mean, he had the E-Blade, like, by now. I think this is around when he got E-Blade last game.
Courier scouting out Roshan.
I don't think Ethereal Blade will do much. But yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, I don't think it'll do that much.
And even here, like, Godblack, very tanky. Who's killable with it?
Too many BKBs.
BKBs, Pipe, Mech, Hand of God.
Good luck.
Good luck. Don't have fun, is what RoX.KiS is saying. Because if you're having fun, it probably means we're losing, and they certainly don't want that.
Wait, so in playoff contention, if RoX.KiS wins this game and wins the next game,
they would then just have they could get in by having a flat-out better record. But what I was saying is if they win this and then lose their next one, which is possible, they have to play Empire, then they're 11-4 along with Alliance, and I think Alliance beat them, right? Is that what you said?
Alliance
said
beat RoX.KiS.
So then Alliance has the tiebreaker on RoX.KiS. Cloud9 would not have the tiebreaker on RoX.KiS, but would on Alliance.
Yeah,
they
so
beat
it'd be a 1-1-1.
Then I think we might have a playoff, potentially.
Okay.
But this is all theory crafting. Let's see if RoX.KiS even wins. If somehow Cloud9 comes back, then Cloud9 go to Kiev. Daedalus already.
Solo's massive.
And he's gotten there by fighting, too. Like, the Ember we saw last game was very big, but spent most of his time farming. And it does feel like the solo mid Ember's gotten a lot more done than the safe lane.
I like solo mid Ember. It's so good. Well,
oh no.
Look at C9 now. They're stuck in base. Morphling isn't farming. That's a big problem.
Well, first of all, mid lane's pushing in, and then secondly, they can actually kill him. With the Bane, with all the chasing power they have from the Ember and the Centaur ultimate. And nobody else can come with the Morphling to keep it
They
safe.
cannot contest this Roshan. They have a Flame Spirit up here, just in case they do try and move. Well, maybe I spoke too early.
Maybe Envy's going to go for some big plays. He's going to walk right over the fire
Bone
spear
7.
tower. He's been spotted out. Bone 7 going to hook shot in. There's a Sunstrike. Does connect on Sadoy, but right up to the high ground goes Solo. Just instantly assassinates AOI 2000. Then jumps back down into the pit. Wants to finish the road. Solo is ungodly big right now. There's a hook shot in. Roshan's low. Snatched by the clockwork. But Bone 7 will feed the Aegis, will feed his life away. And this will be 2 heroes dead, but they did at least stop that Aegis double kill for Solo.
DD Ember Spirit.
Oh my. And he got a crit on AUI. Just literally decapitated him in one shot.
That Grave on Morphling was at full HP too. I think they kind of expected him to steal the Aegis.
What are you going to do? Grave yourself at full HP? You know, it's like... The Dazzle just had no hope there. From full HP to none. That's where Dazzle stops being effective, is if you can just one-shot him instantly.
Good luck. Well...
TP picked up. They don't have their Ember, though, so RoX.KiS probably not
No,
gonna...
he has a Spirit.
Oh, does he?
Yeah, he has one right
Oh, yeah, you're right.
He's ready.
Oh, okay, I guess they are ready. Let's go break the base. RoX.KiS say there is a glyph for Cloud9. In terms of your buybacks, they have a few available. Will be a glimpse back. Envy trying to work on Goblik, but he's just so beefy, and the Ember comes through, crashing on top of these heroes once again. Sunstrike will fly, but 633 is fine. And Pylai just can't even get near the tower. He's already dropped Storm. He's useless, and they're just pounding away at it. RoX.KiS are doing it. I think this is theirs, Ben. They'll continue chasing forward. Another Sleight of Fist. The tower has fallen. They may wait for a creep wave, but do they even need to is the question. Range Rack's the first objective. Get the one that doesn't regen. Then they'll move on to the melee. Bone 7 has the hook shot. AUI ready with a Grave, but where's the damage? And mid lane's pushing in while this is happening. Melee racks have fallen, and Cloud9 have let a guaranteed trip to Kiev potentially just slip through their fingers. They do glimpse one back, but it's Sadoy who promptly just runs forward. He says, great, free Blink Dagger for me, even though I already have one. Now Solo goes on a Pylai. Nice Grave from AUI, buying them some time, but Solo just goes back into the middle of the fray. They assassinate Envy. He's not so tanky this game, is he? Now Goblik trapped in the cogs, but who's really trapped? It looks like it's Bone 7. There's a double buyback from the cores, but this is before Envy even has E-Blade. He can't even do anything with the buyback. That's pretty much it.
Do you see the Spirit walking? Oh,
he's still alive. He comes back in, another crit and another kill from Solo. They buy back on the Disruptor. It's definitely the last straw here. Solo is just soloing them at their well practically.
He almost one-shots Pylai.
He's gonna go in again. Almost another kill with that plus damage. And RoX.KiS clobber the living daylights out of Cloud9. I have not seen Cloud9 get stomped that hard in a long time, if ever.
I have not either.
That was just a stomp. RoX.KiS is owning.
I think they underestimated Ember Spirit, too.
We looked at the schedule for these teams, and we said RoX.KiS have to play Na'Vi, Cloud9, and Empire. And they probably have to win all 3 games to be going to the playoffs.
They're not out.
They've won 2. 1 more to go.
So who are we looking at for? Can we get the standings?
Yeah, let's take a look at the standings. They won't be updated, but we can just do it in our head. So Cloud9 is now 10-4. RoX.KiS is 11-3.
Mm-hmm. So
now RoX.KiS can finish ahead of Alliance. They can tie with Empire, right, with a win? Because they'll be 12-3, and Empire would be 12-3. And then who's seeded ahead would come down to... But since Empire's guaranteed a slot, that has to mean if RoX.KiS has the same record that they're guaranteed a slot.
Na'Vi could potentially not make it, but their schedule's pretty weak.
They play... I think there's like a PR Aware in there. Like some of the... They play the Retry, Aware, and somebody else, I think. RoX.KiS is already in?
But they lost versus Alliance.
No, but they don't have the tiebreakers.
Yes, but Cloud9 has 4.
I think it goes to a 3-way tiebreaker if RoX.KiS lose their next game with Alliance, Cloud9, and RoX.KiS.
All right. Or if Na'Vi doesn't, if Na'Vi loses. Wait, who beat Na'Vi Alliance? Na'Vi won.
Yeah, and
Alliance,
in theory,
right?
Na'Vi could lose a bunch of games and not even finish in the top 4. We're kind of assuming that they'll be making a run for the playoffs.
So what about Sigma and Fnatic?
I think Fnatic's out. Look at these teams. Like
Empire is definitely in.
RoX.KiS already has 11 wins. Fnatic can't get to 11 wins, right?
Mm-hmm.
So Fnatic can't touch RoX.KiS. They can't touch Alliance. Cloud9 has to play Relax as their last match, a match they probably should win. And if that happens, then Fnatic, no chance. Same for the Sigma. So I think it's basically these top 5 teams at this point that we're really looking at.
Yeah.
Barring some very unexpected
Well,
results.
technically, Cloud9 could lose one more, right? Wait, what are they?
If they could lose one more if Na'Vi just drops a bunch of games.
Right.
But
okay.
We'll see. Well, for now, that's going to wrap up today's coverage.
It's an interesting playoff contention.
Yeah, this is where round robin can be very boring, but if you have all these good matches at the end and they're all close, it can end up being pretty exciting.
I'm excited.
Well, guys, thanks for watching our presentation of Starladder Season 9, Day 27 for Europe now draws to a close. There are only 3 days remaining. Who's going to Kiev? For now, it's only Empire. Maybe RoX.KiS made their way in with this win, but I think there's still a chance they don't go. Either way, if we have more info, we'll let you know on Twitter. Twitter.com/LDDota for myself, Twitter.com/MerliniDota for Merlini, and Twitter.com/KPopTosis for our stats man, Brian. And of course, with that being said, that's going to wrap up today's broadcast. You can also follow Beyond the Summit at Twitter.com/Beyond the Summit. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you tomorrow for more Star.